Yeah, good evening, children. Evening. Good evening, Shreya Shri.
Good evening, ma'am.
Am I audible to you?
Yes, ma'am.
Good evening, Shreya. So to prove that root 2 plus root 3 is irrational, we need to first assume the opposite. That is, if possible, let root 2 plus root 3 be rational. If possible, let it be rational. So if it is rational, then it will be of the form a by b, where a and b are co-prime integers, b, the denominator b not equal to 0. Now here what you'll have to do is you know that root 2 and root 3 both are irrational, and the sum of two irrationals will be irrational. You know that root 2 plus root 3 is irrational. So here what you'll have to do is you'll have to take one of it to the other side. You transpose either root 2 or root 3. So we have root 2 plus root 3 is equal to a by b. Now you transpose either root 2 or root 3, any one of the two. So I have transposed root 3. So then you have root 2 is equal to a by b minus root 3. At this point, so first transpose and then square on both the sides. First take one of root 2 or root 3 to the other side and then square on both the sides. So what happens? Root 2 the whole square is 2 and a by b minus root 3 the whole square. So that is like x minus y the whole square. So x square, you can see x square, a square by b square plus y square. So plus 3, root 3 the whole square, which is 3, minus 2xy. So 2 into, you understand this, 2 into root 3 into a by b. All right. So now you can see that the only irrational here is root 3. So now what we're going to do is we're going to work so that we have root 3 on one side and all the others on the other side. See, in this equation, you know that 2 is an integer, a by b is rational. So a square and b square are integers. 3 is an integer, 2 is an integer, b is an integer, a is an integer. Only root 3 is irrational, you know that. The others are integers, and integers can make only rational numbers. In this entire equation, you see that only root 3 is irrational. So next what we're going to do is, we're going to have only root 3. We're going to work so that we have only root 3 on one side and all the others on the other side. Okay, so this, you see, that is the idea. So you can work it anyways, meaning you transpose or you don't transpose, all that is your choice. So the thing is, you're going to have root 3 on one side and take all the others to the other side. So I have transposed 3 plus 3. So 2 minus 3 is equal to a square by b square minus 2 root 3 a by b. So 2 minus 3 is minus 1 is equal to, common denominator is b square. So a square minus 2 root 3 a into b, correct? Okay, so minus 2 root 3 ab. Now cross multiply. So when you cross multiply, minus b square, and I'm transposing a square. So it will come to the other side as minus a square. Minus b square minus a square is equal to minus 2 root 3 ab. Am I right so far? Okay, now you can change the signs throughout, or I'm just transposing again. RHS to LHS, LHS to RHS. So you can see when minus 2 root 3 AB comes to the left hand side, it becomes positive. Minus b square minus a square becomes positive when you take it to the right hand side. Now root 3 is equal to a square plus b square by 2ab, correct? Root 3 is equal to a square plus b square by 2ab. Is that right? Okay. Root 3 is equal to a square plus b square by 2ab. Now what do you say about, so by the theorem, what is the theorem? If p is a prime number, then so Shreyas, you missed 2 classes, right? Yesterday's class, you were not there in the meeting till the end. I saw you, I think, for the first half an hour. Okay. Yeah. Okay, maybe towards the end of the session. But we had class till 9:15 yesterday. So last 45 minutes you've missed. So I think the recording is already there in the playlist. Did you have time to watch it? Okay. Please watch the remaining 45 minutes, okay? And one other class you missed, I think. Yeah. So please watch it. You can put it in, like double speed mode or something, and just see at least what has happened. If some question is new to you, maybe that alone you can watch with regular speed. At least you see what happened in the session. Yeah, so now root 3 is equal to a square plus b square by 2ab. So now you know that a, b, 2 all are integers. A is an integer, b is an integer, 2 is an integer. So integers can make only rational numbers. So a square plus b square by 2ab is rational. While you know that root 3 is irrational for the fact that if p is a prime number, then root p is irrational. If p is a prime number, then root p is irrational. So 3 is a prime number. And so root 3 is irrational. So we know that root 3 is irrational. This is an equation, which means LHS should be equal to the RHS. But there is no balance here. The left-hand side is irrational, while the right-hand side is rational. So this is because of our incorrect assumption. And hence, whatever given is irrational. Yes. Yeah. Our assumption is incorrect. That's why this conflict shows. If you're right, then you should be able to complete it. Irrational. Yes. All right. So Yeah, please take down. Good evening, Priyasha. Priyasha and Shreyashri, kindly let me know if I'm audible. Please type in the chat at least. Okay, raise your hand if I'm audible, both of you. Okay, fine, thank you. All right. Please write. So what, Hitesh, you didn't go or you finished the exam? Finish writing, no? Done, online students? Finish writing?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Finished? Okay, I'm not able to hear. I don't know why could be the problem. If you're still writing, kindly take screenshots. Online students, take a picture of the 2 slides. This contradicts the truth that root 3 is irrational. No? It's correct to you. Okay, probably you're writing it the way it's in school. Your teachers don't. Yeah, that's what. Stick to that. Finish race. Okay. Board or girls? School style or like this? School and this mixed up. Sure. Yesterday when your mother had come home, I completely, like lost myself. I just came in and I couldn't, like talk to her. I was actually feeling bad. Krishna's taken mathematics and computer sciences. He gave JE now. Means okay. Done, Shreyashri and Priyasha.
Yes, ma'am.
Completed, ma'am.
Can this finish? Just pass it to. Last one they presented like this, is it? Irrational is not equal to rational. So how do we do this? Read out your answer.
If P is a prime number, root of P is irrational. This context is substitution. It is taken substitution.
Sorry, 1 minute. The ratio is going to be what? I didn't substitute that. Priyasha, and I'll just present it in a different way. Just a minute, children. I will not erase this so that you understand what this is saying. All right, so you can present it like this. So Priyasha and Shreyashri, listen to this. So what are we given? We are given the ratio of the sum to n terms of two APs. Ratio of the sum to n terms of two APs. So what is given? Sn by Sn is equal to 7n plus 1 by 4n plus 27. And what have we assumed? Let small letter a, small letter d, and small letter s, because they're two different APs. They are two different APs. So what are the letters you see in an AP? You see the first term A, common difference D, and then here the sum to n terms, so small s, and n also. But n is the same in both because sum to n terms of both the APs. N is n in both. Because the ratio of the sum to n terms of both the APs is given. So n is n. N, small letter n is the same for both the APs. Their first term, common difference, and sum. That sum is different. So let small letter a, small, see this one. Let you have to start like this. Let small letter a. So we'll ignore this one. We'll ignore this working. Yeah, we'll ignore this one. We'll present it like this. Okay. So this we'll have to start like this. So let a, d, and s be the first term. This is the first term. This is the common difference and the sum to n terms of the first AP. Let capital A, capital D, and capital S be the sum, be the first term, common difference, and the sum to n terms of the second AP. Is that understood? Okay. Now, what is given? What is given? Sn by Sn is equal to this ratio 7n plus 1 by 4n plus 27. So Sn, how do you expand on that? N by 2 of 2a plus n minus 1 and 3, all small letters, divided by n by 2 of 2a, capital A, plus n minus 1 into D, capital D, is equal to 7n plus 1 by 4n plus 27. N by 2 gets cancelled. Okay, now to proceed, you need to take some value for n. After this step, after the first two steps, to proceed, you need to take some value for n. Remember that. To proceed, you need to take some value for n. we have to find the ratio of their ninth terms. We have to find the ratio of their ninth terms. So to proceed, we need to take some value for n. What is that value for n? For that, you need to do this rough work. For that, you need to do this rough work. This is rough work, meaning you don't have to show it as a part of your answer. Okay. So to proceed after the first two steps, to proceed, you need to take some value for n. And what is that value for n? You need to work this. What have you to find? A9 by A9, because the ratio of their ninth terms. So A9 by A9, this is what you'll have to find. That means you'll have to find A plus 80 by A plus 80. Small letters, capital letters. Okay. A plus 80 by A plus 80, correct? All right. So now, but we don't have A here. We have 2A. See here, we have 2A. What do you have here? 2A. We don't have A. We have 2A. Okay. So then in terms of 2A, what do you need? You need A plus 80 by A plus 80. Multiply the numerator and denominator by 2. You can do that. You're not changing the value. See, like they get cancelled, no? So you're not doing any change to the expression. So A plus 80 by A plus 80. But since you have 2A there, we'll multiply the numerator and denominator by 2. So that gives us 2A plus 16D by 2A plus 16D. So you need to find A plus 80 by A plus 80. But if you can't find that, find 2A plus 16D by 2A plus 16D. Okay, but because we have 2A there. So now compare at this, and now at this step, you compare what you have here. What do you have in the numerator? 2A plus 16D. Compare this with what you have here. So we have worked till here. No, we have worked the first and second step. Correct? Where do we now see here? After writing this lead, after this one, we start like this. Okay, so we finished the first two steps. Now compare the numerator here with the numerator here. 2A plus 16D. Compare this one with 2A plus 16D. So n minus 1 is 16, right? Compare this numerator or the denominator, 2A plus 16D. So see here, 2A plus 16D. So what is 16? N minus 1 is 16. N minus 1 is 16. So on comparing, we get n minus 1. On comparing what? Our rough work with what we have in the main work. When you compare what you have in the rough work with what you have in the main work, you observe that n minus 1 is equal to 16. So n is equal to 17. So you need to proceed by taking n is 17. So in the equation, wherever you have n, use 17. That's it. You will get the answer. In the equation, wherever there is n, use 17. That's it. So just wherever there is one n in the LHS and RHS, use 17. So and then you can understand. So first take down this. This is over. This is over. Okay, so after this, first is this. After this, it is this one. The first two steps here. The first two steps here. And then the rough work. One minute, I'll just erase this now. 1 minute. Yeah, so after the first two steps, you need to show the rough work. And then let n is equal to 17 and proceed. Yeah, you want me to show that? No, first two steps, then the rough work. Then you, only when you do that, you identify the value of n. Then use n here and you proceed. I'll show you the rough work. Finished? Priyasha and Shreya, finished writing?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
I don't know. I think I need to check my settings. I don't know where to check. That's why I'm not doing it now. So I'm not, meaning I'm audible to you, but I'm not able to hear your responses. Raise your hand if you've understood, both of you. I'll repeat. Okay. Okay, thank you. Yeah. All right. So children, I said this is given. This is given. We need to start like this. A, D, and S. First term, common difference, and sum to n terms of the first AP. Cap letter A, cap letter. See, these are the letters we use in AP. First term A, common difference D, and then number of terms N, and sum to n terms. So S. These are A, N, D, S, and A, N, D, and S. A, N, D, and S. So A is small a and capital A. N is N in both. D is small d and capital D. And S is small s and capital S. N alone is the same in both the APs because it is a sum to n terms of both the APs. N terms. So sum to the first 10 terms or 20 terms or 30 terms. Sum to the first n terms of the two APs. So n is n. So that's what we have explained here. Then this is given. This ratio is given. This ratio is given. So then we expand on that using the formula. N by 2 gets cancelled. You're not interested, no? N by 2 gets cancelled, correct? And then I said after the first two steps to proceed, you need to find the value of n. And how do you do that? you need to start off with what you have to find. We need to find A9 by A9, which is A plus 80 by A plus 80. All right, but we have 2A here. In our working here, we have 2A. We don't have A. We have 2A. So let's multiply the numerator and denominator by 2. And that gives us 2A plus 16B by 2A plus 16B. Now compare this ratio. 2A plus 16D plus 2A by plus 16D with what you have here. 2A plus n minus 1 into D, 2A plus n minus 1 into D. So 16 goes with n minus 1. So n minus 1 is equal to 16, n is equal to 17. So let n be 17 and wherever there is n, use 17 in the LHS and RHS. Done, girls? No? So calculate mean daily income is a question. Calculate the mean daily income. What is the empirical relationship between mean, median, and mode? 3 median, mode plus 2 mean. Yeah, others? Correct? Okay, so yeah, that's how I remember. Mode is equal to 3 median minus 2 mean. We used to remember in a particular way, no? So yeah. So mode is equal to 3. You're right. Okay, so mode is equal to 3 median minus 2 mean. Yeah. So now we say, no, girls are 2 mean, 2 mean. So 2 mean. Yeah. So 3 median minus 2 mean. Mode is equal to 3. So it's in the, we say mean, median, mode, right? Mean, median, mode. This is the other way. Mode, median, mean. We say, normally we say mean, median, mode. So this is mode, median, mean. So mode is equal to 3 median minus 2 mean. Yeah. So supposing you have to find sometimes, crazy, the question can be like this for 4 marks that find all the, means of all the measures of central tendency, that is mean, median, and mode. So you should find any two. And the third one you should find using the formula, this formula. Say you find median and mode using the regular formula. Then to find median, you should use whatever two you find, the third one you should find using this one. You understand what I'm saying? Oh, yeah. Yeah, try this. I want you to use the assumed mean method. You don't have step deviation method, right? Yeah, so do this using the assumed mean method. Assumed mean method. Very negative frequencies, huh? Oh, negative frequencies are used. So see that? Wrong. 0 on 4. Zero on 4. Where are we, children? Huh? Where are we? Mhm. Zero on 4. Possible? Yeah. Correct. Good. Pass your book. நீனும் அவ்வளவுதான் 0 on 4. இது தெரியாம எப்படி இவ்வளவு தூரம் வந்திருக்கோம்? ஓ, நந்தினி, ஸ்டாட்டிஸ்டிக்ஸ் இஸ் நீங்க இன்னும் ஆரம்பிக்கவே இல்லையா? ஓ, அதேதான் 0 on 4. எக்ஸெப்ட் ஸ்ரேயஸ். என்ன படிக்கணும் நம்ம? சாவி வேணுமா இல்ல வெயிட்? வரேன். This is not a frequency distribution. This is a less than cumulative frequency distribution. Though it's given number of men, they are the cumulative frequencies and not the frequencies. This is a less than cumulative frequency distribution. It is not a frequency distribution, which means number of men represents the cumulative frequencies and not the frequencies. Feel actually something she's shouting. What is she saying? Children, whenever the less than or the more than cumulative frequency distribution is given, you will have to find the class intervals and their corresponding frequencies. See, how do you know it is a cumulative frequency distribution? How do you know it's a cumulative frequency distribution and not a frequency distribution? You can see less than 100, less than 200, income less than 100, daily income less than 200, daily income less than 300, daily income less than 400. So whenever you have less than or greater than, that is not a frequency distribution. That is a cumulative frequency distribution. Okay. So now see the heading. Sometimes they'll give you frequency only, but it is not frequency. They are cumulative. Sometimes it will be given F, 12, 28, all that against F. No, it's not F, it's a CF. Don't see the heading at all. If the table is less than or more than, the numbers are cumulative frequencies. That's all. Don't see the heading at all. If the numbers are given with less than or more than values, they are cumulative frequencies. And you're not listening carefully. You understand that, all of you? So you'll have to find the frequency. So you'll have to construct the frequency distribution. You will have to construct the frequency distribution. How do you construct that? A frequency distribution is a table showing the class intervals along with their respective frequencies. Repeat what I said. Nandini, you nodded your head. Very good. Okay. All right. Okay, so class interval, that is daily income in rupees. Class interval is that daily income in rupees. Okay, and then frequency. Frequency is number of men. Number of men. Okay, the other columns I'm not generating. You'll have to do it. So now 0 to 100, 100 to 200. These values against the less than 100, they'll be the lower limits or upper limits? Upper limits. Okay. Right now, at this point, I can only tell you some shortcut. I can explain now. So write that first value as it is. Write that first value as it is 12. Now keep subtracting. Subtract so that you get a positive difference. Now don't do 12 minus 28. That is negative. 28 minus 12. Write the first cumulative frequency as it is. Then keep subtracting. 28 minus 12. 16. 34 minus 28. Understand? 6. Then 41 minus 34. 7. 50 minus 41, 9. My frequency is right, Shreyas? இல்ல நான் உன்னோட வேல்யூஸ் கரெக்டான்னு பார்க்கல. நீ சப்ராக்ட் பண்ணிருந்த, நீ ஃபர்ஸ்ட் 12, 16 போட்ட கரெக்டா? அதுக்கப்புறம் நான் எல்லாம் பார்க்கல. நீ சப்ராக்ட் பண்ணேன்னு தெரியும் எனக்கு, ஆனா நீ கரெக்டா சப்ராக்ட் பண்ணியான்னு எனக்கு தெரியாது. என்னாச்சு? வென்ட் ராங்? நான் அதை பார்க்கல. நான் 12, 16 போட்டிருக்கியா இல்லையா நீ? அதுதான் நான் பார்த்தேன். சரி, நீ சப்ராக்ட் பண்ணிருக்கேன்னு நான் புரிஞ்சுட்டேன். But நான் எல்லாம் செக் பண்ணல. Do we understand, boys? What is given? The given table is there are two kinds of distributions: frequency distribution and cumulative frequency distribution. These are the two different things you have. If it is a cumulative frequency distribution, you will see less than, more than values and some numbers, which are the cumulative frequencies. If it is a frequency distribution, you will see class intervals and some numbers. If you see class intervals and some numbers, they are class intervals and frequencies only, not cumulative frequencies. If you see less than, more than values and some numbers, those numbers are cumulative frequencies, are not frequencies. Even if it is given frequency, it is not frequency, it is cumulative frequency. So when it is less than, write the first value as it is and keep subtracting. And these are the upper limits. Upper limits. So 0 to 100, 100, that you know, right? Yeah, now find the mean using the assumed mean method. Priyasha and Shreyashri, let me know if you got the table correct. in the chat? Let me know in the chat. So for mean, you should always find the class mark, which is called xi, correct? So 50, 150, 250, 350, 450. Then the next column is, which is assumed mean, any value from the xi column. Mostly, yeah. So come to make it very easy, take the middlemost value. Or actually, you can take any value from the xi column, not the frequency column. That's another mistake we could make. You must pick the value of A from the xi column, not the frequency column. So the middlemost value, so 250, let's take 250 as A. So then you need to find DI, which is given by xi minus A, correct? So 50 minus 250. 50 is xi minus A. 50 minus 250. Now don't say, you said subtract so that you get a positive difference. So I subtracted like that. This is DI is xi minus A. Xi 50 minus A minus 250. So minus 200. Minus 200. Minus 100. 0. 100. 200. Then FIDI, correct? FIDI column. So 12, and this is the most difficult for me. So 12 to the 24, 0, 0, minus 16, 0, 0, 0. Okay, it's easy. 18. And the total of this column is called sigma FIDI. Sigma FIDI. The total of the FIDI column is a sigma, is the value of sigma FIDI. How much is this? Minus 1,500. Priyanka, what's the formula to find mean under the assumed mean method? Yes, sir, you. Into H. இங்க H என்ன எடுத்திருக்கீங்க? அந்த H எங்க யூஸ் பண்ணிருக்கீங்க இங்க? நீங்க into 100 பண்ணா நீங்க முன்னாடி எங்கயோ divide by 100 பண்ணாதான் நீங்க அது you have not learned the step deviation method at all. Then how do you know there's something like into H? Oh, because it's in median and mode. Huh? You have not learned that method at all. There's no into H here. A plus sigma FIDI by sigma FI. That's all. Into H varadu. Into H varman. Only in the step deviation method we'll be dividing by H. So we multiply by H here. What's the formula? What's the formula assuming method? Sigma FD by sigma F. Okay. So X bar is equal to A plus sigma FIDI by sigma FI, or simply sigma FD by sigma F. So A 250 plus minus 1,500 by the total of the FI column. How much? 50. So 250 minus 30. 220. So the average income or the mean income, mean daily income. Then I should give you one more than. You lost 4 marks for this one. All of you except Shreyas. Online students, if you have not completed, take a picture. Okay, here we'll have to calculate median. Greater than equal to 200, greater than equal to 250, 300, 350, 400, 450, 500, 550. And I'm not writing the headings. Is it okay? Okay, so 200, 170, 155, 110, 90, 65, 25, and 15. So if you want the headings, values, okay, scores, and number of candidates. Number of candidates. If you want the heading, scores and number of candidates. Calculate median. So what kind of a table or a distribution is this? Louder? Cumulative frequency distribution, yes. So you will have to prepare the corresponding frequency distribution because you need the class intervals. You need the class intervals and the corresponding frequencies. You cannot work with the less than or more than. With this table, you can prepare the ogive, which you don't have. With this table, you can prepare the graph. But if you have to do this algebraic calculation of mean, median, or mode, you need the frequency table. That is class intervals and frequencies you need. Now, this is a more than cumulative frequency distribution. So you'll have to find the corresponding class intervals and frequencies. So now these are the lower limits. These are the lower limits. Yeah. So while preparing the class intervals, you know to write the class intervals. Here, what you should do, you should start subtracting and write the last cumulative frequency as it is. When it is less than, Write the first number as it is and then subtract. When it is more than, subtract, start subtracting and write the last number as it is. Less than la first number அப்படியே எழுதிட்டு அப்புறம் subtract பண்ணணும். More than la வந்து subtract பண்ண ஆரம்பிச்சிட்டு கடைசி நம்பர் அப்படியே போடணும். So இங்க subtract பண்ண ஆரம்பிக்கணும். 200 minus 170, 170 minus 155 subtract பண்ணணும். கடைசி நம்பர் அப்படியே போடணும். அங்க வந்து first number அப்படியே போட்டு அப்புறம் so two things. அங்க வந்து first number அப்படியே போட்டு அப்புறம் subtract பண்ணணும். இங்க வந்து subtract பண்ணிட்டு அப்புறமா கடைசி நம்பர் அப்படியே போடணும். Remember like that. Yeah. 150 to 200. These are the lower limits. These are only the lower limits. So 200 to 250. So since all these numbers are the lower limits. So you should start from 200, lower limit 200 to lower limit 550. So 550 to 600 will be the last class interval, correct? Because 550 is a lower limit. So 550 to 600. Now start subtracting. Start subtracting. 200 minus 170, 30. 170 minus 155, 15. அப்புறம் 155 minus 110, 45. 110 minus 90, 20. 90 minus 65, 25. 65 minus 25, 40. 25 minus 15, 10. கடைசி frequency அப்படியே போட்டுறணும் 15. கடைசி நம்பர் அப்படியே போட்டுறணும். Now you need to generate the CF column. To find median, you need to generate the CF column, cumulative frequency column. So write 30 as it is. 30 plus 15, 45. 45, 45, 90. 90, 20, 110. 110, 25, 135. 135, 40, 175. 175, 10, 185. 185 and 15, 200. And the total of the frequency column also will be 200. Check that. Should be 200. This should be equal to this. Yes, Hitesh, what is the formula to find the median? Same thing, L plus N by T squared by F. What's the formula, Hitesh? Sorry, Pranav. Shreyas? What is L?
Lower limit of the class.
Lower limit of the class interval. Lower limit of the median class interval. What is N by 2? The total of the frequency column divided by 2. What is CF? Cumulative frequency of the class preceding the median class. Cumulative frequency of the class interval preceding the median class interval. And F, frequency of the median class interval. H, width of the median class interval. Now, supposing you have different sizes, H is the width of the median class interval. H is the width of the median class interval, all of the median class interval. 725 by 2. 750 by 2 Vardhan Paru. Huh? Yeah, 375 is correct. You got that? Yeah. Very good. 375 is right. Exactly 375 it is. Priyanka, how do you identify the median class interval? Yeah, how do you correct? But how do you identify that middlemost class interval? What is n? What is n? அதான் அதோட வேல்யூ என்ன என்னோட வேல்யூ என்ன கண்டுபிடி you have not totaled the frequency column 200 said n is 200 no look at me what is n okay then what is n by 2 100 look at the cumulative frequency column which is the value in the cumulative frequency column that is just more than 100 corresponding class interval that is the median class interval repeat what's the total of the frequency column 200 by 2 is 100. You should look at the frequency column or cumulative frequency column. Cumulative frequency column. And look for that value which is just more than n by 2, not equal to n by 2. Supposing there's a value equal to n by 2. No, not that. If there's a value equal to n by 2, 100, not that. The value that is just greater than n by 2 in the CF column. And that is 110. Corresponding class interval 350 to 400. And that is the median class interval. Okay, so what is the lower limit of the median class interval? 350. Now for this, I say that the median is 410. Is my answer right or wrong? Now we don't know the correct answer. So I say that I'm a student. I say, ma'am, I got 410. What will be your, like comment on that? See, you don't know. As a teacher, even you don't know the answer. I say, ma'am, I got 410. What will you tell me? You won't say anything, huh? Maybe wrong. Yeah. தெரியல. Correct. You cannot get 410 as the median because the median class interval is 350 to 400. அப்ப 410 மீடியனா வராது. மீடியனோட வேல்யூ வந்து அந்த கிளாஸ் இன்டர்வல்க்குள்ள தான் இருக்கும். 350 இருக்கலாம். 350 ஓட கம்மியா இருக்காது மீடியன். இருக்க கூடாது. அப்படினா இங்க நம்ம தப்பு பண்ணிருக்கோம் கால்குலேஷன்ல. மீடியன் கிளாஸ் இன்டர்வல் 350 to 400 அப்படினா உங்களுக்கு வர மீடியன் ஆன்சர் வந்து அந்த கிளாஸ் இன்டர்வல்ல கண்டெய்ன் பண்ணனும். 350 it can be 350. It cannot be 400 also because 400 is not contained in that class interval. 400 belongs to 400 to 450. If you get median as 400 also you are wrong because 350 to 400 does not hold the value 400. 400 belongs to 400 to 450. So the value, your answer for median should be contained in the class interval 350 to 400. So if I say 410 is the answer, you don't know the correct answer, but still you know I am wrong because my value is not in the class interval. All right. Can I get 350 as the median? I can get 350 as the median or anything more than 350 I can get. But I cannot get 400. Less than 400 I should get. 400 I cannot get. Anything less than 400. So I can get 350 or anything more than 350 but less than 400. Okay. And here it is exactly 375. I'm not working that, okay? I'm not working that. Median is 375. Median is exactly 375. Are we ready for the next one? Yes, Shreyas, are you stuck somewhere? You're not getting 375, right? Yeah, give me a bit. No?
I didn't get it last.
You want to try it yourself, is it? Okay, let me know if you still don't get it. Others, 375? Coming in? You've written L separately, no? L plus n by 2 minus CF by F separately, right? Shreyas, L தனியா இருக்கும். L plus. Have you made that mistake? L plus ஒன்னா எழுதக்கூடாது. You should not write median is equal to L plus n by 2 minus CF by F into H. இது தப்பு. இதுதான் எழுதிருக்கியா? அதான் யோசிச்சுட்டு இருந்தேன் நீ எங்க தப்பு பண்ணிருக்காங்க. Yeah, so this is wrong. This is not the formula. Median is equal to L plus n by 2 minus CF by F. This is the fraction into H. Into H இங்க கூட இதோட சேர்த்து கூட பண்ணலாம் into H. இல்ல வெளியிலயும் போட்டுக்கலாம். L தனியா இருக்கும். இந்த n by 2 minus CF by F into H ஒன்னா இத ஒர்க் பண்ணிட்டு அதை L க்கு ஆட் பண்ணணும். லைக் எப்படி மீன்ல வந்து நம்ம சிக்மா FIDI by sigma FI இத ஒர்க் பண்ணிட்டு அதை அசியூம் மீனுக்கு ஆட் பண்றோம். இந்த வேல்யூவை வந்து அசியூம் மீனுக்கு ஆட் பண்றோம். அதே மாதிரி இங்க வந்து இந்த n by 2 minus CF by F into H அதை கம்ப்யூட் பண்ணிட்டு அதை L க்கு ஆட் பண்ணணும். இது தப்பு. Okay, next one. I'm sure at least one of you will go wrong in this. I don't want anyone to go wrong, but I'm sure one of you at least will go wrong. Or maybe all of you also. Okay. Find mode, okay? Here the heading is calculate mode. Calculate mode. So for, no, don't ask any questions, okay? For mode, you don't have to create any extra column. Class intervals, frequencies, இது போறோம். For median, you'll have to create one extra column, CF. மோடுக்கு எந்த எக்ஸ்ட்ரா காலமும் தேவையில்லை. கிளாஸ் இன்டர்வல்ஸ் ஃப்ரீக்வன்சிஸ் அவ்வளவுதான். எந்த எக்ஸ்ட்ரா காலம் தேவையில்லை. மீடியனுக்கு வந்து ஒரே ஒரு எக்ஸ்ட்ரா காலம், cumulative frequency column. Mean வந்து depending on the formula you have. Yeah, calculate, no questions. Start working. Calculate mode. You got it, Shreyas? Calculate mode. No, the 50 எல்லாமே 11, 21, 31, 41, 51 and 57 இல்ல. நீங்க 57 mention. எல்லாமே 11, 21, 31, 41, 51, 61, 71. 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. Then why you struggling? Okay, fine. Yeah, Hitesh, I want to see your book. Okay. Pranam. அப்படியே காமிச்சாக்கணும் பாத்துருவேன். நான் சொன்னேன்ல, அட்லீஸ்ட் 1 week go wrong, you are wrong. Give me a book. கிளாஸ் இன்டர்வல்ஸ் என்ன பண்ணிருக்கீங்க? பண்ணிட்டீங்களா? யா கரெக்ட். You got it? என்ன what's answer? No, இங்க அந்த மீனிங் ஃபார் மோட் இல்லைங்க, அது வேற क्वेश्चन. What is it? 40?
46.1.
14. Let's check. What is it you do? இது என்ன பண்ணீங்க? என்ன பண்ணிட்டீங்க? Nandini and Priyanka, have you made the class intervals continuous? Sure. Okay. What is your doubt? You get scared easily. Why are you frightened? Yeah, tell me now. Relax. Tell me. What's your doubt? How to make it continuous? How to make the class intervals continuous? Any doubt? How to find that value? Take any two consecutive class intervals. Take the first two class intervals. What is the upper limit? 20. Lower limit in the next one? Lower limit in the next one. What is the upper limit of the first class interval? What is the lower limit of the second class interval? Okay, so 21 minus 20 by 2.
0.
Yeah. Subtract 0.5 from all the lower limits and add 0.5 to the upper limits. So supposing the class intervals are like this, 10 to 12, and then 14 to 16, 18 to 20, 22 to 24. So what is 14 minus 12? 2. 2 by 2 is 1. So subtract 1 from all the lower limits. So it will become 9 to add 1 to the upper limit, 13. Subtract 1, 13. 14 minus 1, 13. Add 1, 17. Subtract 1, 17. Add 1, 21. Understand? So 21 minus 20 is 1. Always divide by 2. 1 by 2 is 0.5. Subtract 0.5 from all the lower limits and add 0.5 to all the upper limits. And the class intervals will become continuous. Should we make the class intervals continuous for to find mean, median and mode? Yes. Yeah. So when the class intervals are not continuous, it's okay for mean. Mean you don't have to make it continuous. But for median and mode, you have to make the class intervals continuous. Repeat. I didn't make it continuous. Sorry. Finished? What's your answer? 47.7. 40? 1 47 you're getting? Oh. Lower limit, have you taken 41 or 40.5? So since the highest frequency is 529, the corresponding class interval is the modal class interval. So mode is equal to L plus F1 minus F0 by 2F1 minus F0 minus F2 into H. This into H will come for median and mode. Mean step deviation method, but you have not learned it. So mean varadu ungalku. L plus தனியா இருக்கும். L plus தனியா இருக்கும். So L is 40.5 plus F1 frequency of the modal class interval 529. Correct? Minus F0 preceding 439 by 2F1. 2F1 is 2 into 529. How much is that? Minus F0 minus F2 495 into H 10. So this will be 90 here, right? 90 by 124 into 10. So this should be simplified. So that is 40.5 plus 900 by 124. 900 divided by 124 is 7.25. 7.25. You got that? 7.25. So add பண்ணா எப்படி add பண்ணுவோம் அதான் careful பண்ணுவோம் 40.5 is 7.25 இப்படி. So 5 7 47. I'm getting 47.75. You also got the same thing. No? Yes, where did you go wrong? You corrected? Division. 47.75. Mode is equal to 47.75. So here it's important to make the class intervals continuous. Yeah, try this. Okay, answer these. A cylindrical pencil sharpened at one edge is a combination of cone and a cylinder. A shuttlecock used for playing badminton is a combination of. Oh, but we don't have frustum of a cone, right? So this question will not be. It's a combination of a frustum and a hemisphere. Here a hemisphere. Male, what opens like a funnel is a frustum. Frustum and hemisphere. A shuttlecock used for playing badminton is the combination of மேல இருக்கிறது frustum மாதிரி இருக்கும். Frustum and a hemisphere. கீழ இருக்கிறது hemisphere. A funnel is the combination of funnel. Cone and what I just told you. Frustum of a cone. Frustum of a cone and a cylinder. You've seen a funnel, right? Okay. A funnel is the combination of a frustum of a cone and a cylinder. A surahi is a combination of. A surahi is that if you've visited your chemistry lab, you find different kinds of flasks, right? No, you flask, round bottom flask, conical flask. Yeah, no, flask is different from a beaker. Flask is something like this. You have a round bottomed flask, round bottomed flask. So that's going to be like. Okay, this is a round bottom flask. Then there's a conical flask like this. Not very good at drawing, but somewhat like இந்த மாதிரி இருக்கும்ல. இப்படி. Can make out my diagram? Okay, let me like this. Flat இருக்கும் இங்க. This is a conical flask. So this is a surahi. This is surahi. Surahi is a Hindi word. Okay, so surahi is a Hindi term, which is a round bottom flask. So it's a combination of a spear. No, not this one. This is a conical flask. This is not a surahi. This is not a surahi. This is a surahi. This one is a surahi. This one is a surahi. Spear. Yeah, because if you complete this, it's spherical. Spear and a cylinder. Spear and a cylinder. Okay. Tumbler. Tumbler usually. Yeah, it can be a frustum of a cone or it can be cylindrical also, right? It can be cylindrical or it's a frustum of a cone, depending on. And in this game, gilli danda. Gilli danda. Okay, so I'm so sorry, I'm not able to interact with the online students today because I'll just check my settings because both of you are trying to answer, but I'm not able to hear. And the thing is, I don't know where I need to. My settings. Is my speaker? Is this? Oh, girls, now try to say something. Shreyan,
Ma'am,
I'm so sorry. Yeah, my speaker was on mute. I was not able to receive the audio. I'm so sorry. I just opened to something to figure it out.
I
Oh,
will
yes.
now, ma'am.
Yes, Priyasha. As you have checked earlier, I thought I will not be able to figure out, so I did not try at all.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Yeah, yes, girls. Now, let me ask you both. A cylindrical pencil. This is for Priyasha. A cylindrical pencil sharpened at one edge is the combination of
Cylinder and a cone.
cylinder and a cone. Okay, Shreya Shri. A shuttlecock used for playing badminton is the combination of
Cone and sphere. Semicircle, ma'am.
frustum of a cone and a hemisphere.
Hemisphere.
Frustum of a cone because it's not a cone completely.
Yes.
It's not a cone completely, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, so it's a frustum of a cone and a
Hemisphere.
hemisphere. Okay, see here. How is a shuttlecock? See, children, see here, online students, see, this is the cone. This is a cone. Now, if this portion is cut off, okay, how does it look? It looks like this, right? This is the frustum of a cone. This is the frustum of a cone. Meaning you can come, when you complete it, it's a cone. Frustum meaning a part of something. Frustum is, in the dictionary, if you look for the word frustum meaning a part of something. Frustum of a cone meaning a part of a cone. Frustum is a portion of something. It's a portion of a whole. So frustum, this is a frustum of a cone. It's a frustum of a cone because you can complete it to get the cone. Okay, so this is how a shuttlecock looks, right? Like this, and there's something here like this, correct? So this is the hemisphere. This is the hemisphere. And it is a hemisphere, it's not completely spherical. It's a hemisphere. It's flat here. It's a hemisphere. And this is the frustum. This is the frustum of a cone. This is the frustum of the cone, and this is the hemisphere. All right. Yeah, Shreya Shri again. Funnel. Funnel. Funnel is a combination of Shreya Shri.
Frustum out of cone and a cylinder.
Frustum. This is a frustum of a cone. Okay. Frustum of a cone and a cylinder. Correct. Very good. Frustum of a cone and a cylinder. A funnel is a combination of a frustum of a cone and a cylinder. Surahi. Surahi.
Frustum of a cone and sphere.
Okay, Surahi looks like this. Yeah. What is this? And what is this?
Cylinder.
Cylinder. And what about this portion?
Sphere.
Sphere. So it's a combination of a sphere and a cylinder. Combination of a sphere and a cylinder. A Surahi. Tumbler or a glass, if it's like this. If the tumbler is like this, it's cylindrical. Yeah, if the tumbler is like this. Okay, I don't mind my drawing like this, okay? A glass, tea glass, tea kadaila glass இப்படிதானே இருக்கும். Somewhat like this. இது வந்து tea kada glass வந்து system of a cone. இது வந்து tall glass. This is a tall glass. This is a tall glass which is a cylinder. Then yeah, we were talking about gilli danda. Danda again in Hindi means a stick. Danda is a stick. Okay, gilli is this portion. This piece is a gilli. I can draw better on the board. I'm not saying I'll be perfect on the board, but I can draw better on the board. Here I have no control. It's very smooth, no? I don't have control. Yeah, this is how the gilli looks like. Yeah. So gilli. So the shape of a gilli in the gilli danda game is a combination of not the danda. Danda is the stick which is cylindrical. Danda is the stick which is cylindrical. Gilli is this piece which is placed on the ground and they hit it with the stick, right? You have to give one hard knock on the gilli and fling it in the air with a stick. Yeah. Yeah, so that's a combination of a cylinder with conical ends. Okay, 2 cones and 1 cylinder. The combination of 2 cones and 1 cylinder. This is the gilli. This piece is the gilli. This is a small one. It's a gilli. Combination of a cylinder and 2 cones. Danda is a stick which is cylindrical. Danda is a long stick which is cylindrical. Okay, so this is the gilli. Okay, and if at all you've seen the masons working at the construction site, you would have seen this plumb line, which they hold. No, it's suspended to a. It's suspended by a thread. The plumb line. Okay, they suspend. This is a very ancient or very conventional way of checking if something is that surface is. I don't know. Let me not go into that. So so how is this plumb line? How does this plumb line look like? How does a mason use it? There's a long thread, and at the end of the thread below, you see this plumb line. So it's suspended by a thread. Okay, the plumb line is suspended by a thread. So that the 7th kitta vechu எதையோ check பண்ணுவேன். Okay. ஏன்னா அது எனக்கு சொல்ல தெரியல. I understand that, but I'm not able to explain that. So how does that plumb line look? She wants to laugh, Nandini, but is not able to laugh. எப்படி இருக்கும்? Oh, check internetல பாருங்க. How the mason works with the plumb line. Then you will understand. Yeah, it's a combination of a ice cream மாதிரி இருக்கும் இது. Cone and a semicircle இல்லாத ஏன்னா நம்ம இது solids ஆகும். Now don't say it's a triangle and a semicircle. Yeah, it's not a triangle and semicircle because it's not a plane figure. It's a solid. So it's a combination of a cone and a hemisphere. நம்ம 7th standard ல இருந்தோம்னா இது triangle and semicircle. In a plane figures. இப்போ இது solid. It's a cone and a hemisphere. Okay. So supposing இல்ல கேக்கல. என்ன சொல்றான்? என்னது? சென்டரா? thread இருக்கும். Oh. Okay, இல்ல I'll tell you what. உங்களுக்கு எக்ஸாம்ல வந்து அந்த பிக்சர் கொடுத்திருப்பாங்க. பிக்சர் கொடுத்திருக்கு. Very good question, actually. So I was telling you yesterday, no, that this guy thinks outside the box. Seriously, nice question. But உங்களுக்கு இதுல எக்ஸாம்ல பிக்சர் கொடுத்திருக்கிறது வந்து அந்த plumb line அந்த பிக்சர் மட்டும் தான் கொடுத்திருப்பாங்க. அந்த thread ஓட பிக்சர் இருக்காது. அப்படி கொடுத்திருந்தா என்ன எழுதுவீங்க? Cylinder. Okay, cylinder and very good. Yes, cylinder and cone hemisphere. Very good. Okay. If in the cone, if this is cut off, then the remaining part is called a frustum of a cone. Frustum actually frustum na meaning illa. Frustum ku meaning e kadayadu. Remaining frustum na remaining part of what? Yeah, frustum of a cone. Frustum ku actually meaning illa. But நம்ம syllabus நம்ம frustum of a cone மட்டும் தான் படிக்கிறோம். அதனால frustum na default frustum of a cone. But frustum ன்னு சொன்னா there is no meaning. Frustum of what? Frustum of a cone. Okay. So I think a new அப்படின்னா surahi. Surahi is a round bottomed flask. Surahi is a round bottomed flask, which is a combination of a sphere and a cylinder. And then this gilli, in this game gilli danda, gilli is the combination of cylinder and two cones. Plumb line without the thread. Plumb line is a combination of a cone and hemisphere. Okay. Yeah. Now it's just going to be oral. Have you all seen this golf ball? Golf ball, not the cricket park ball. I'm asking you a golf ball. To show the picture. Okay, we'll just discuss that. Okay, Priyasha and Shreyashri, we are talking about a golf ball. Okay, a golf ball, say this golf ball has 100 hemispherical cavities on the surface. That's how a golf ball looks like. Yeah. So you can see the hemispherical depressions. You can see the hemispherical cavities. All right. So this is a golf ball. This is the, sorry. They are hemispherical depressions. You cannot see because it's shiny. They are hemispherical. Or I'll tell you the ball we are talking about has hemispherical cavities. Okay, so a golf ball, say now this doesn't look like 100, say it has 200. A golf ball has 200 hemispherical cavities on its surface. A golf ball has 200 hemispherical, not spherical, hemispherical depressions or hemispherical cavities on its surface. All right, now the question is, what is the surface area of the ball exposed to the surroundings? I just want the expression. I have not told you the radius. I have not given you any values. So you cannot give me a numerical answer. You cannot work anything. My question is, give me the expression to find the surface area of the ball exposed to the surroundings. Like, for example, if it is a combination of a cone and a hemisphere, what will be the surface area? CSA of the cone plus the CSA of the hemisphere. Supposing we are talking about an ice cream cone with ice cream, the surface area, the total surface area will be the CSA of the cone plus the CSA of the hemisphere. In the same way, what is the surface area of the ball exposed to the surroundings? Sphere. CSA of the sphere.
-200.
Okay, wrong. Priyasha and Shriyashri, you get my question?
Ma'am, CSA of sphere and minus of CSA of hemisphere in 200.
So in this, we all saw the picture of the golf ball. It has 200 hemispherical cavities on its surface. The question is, what is the area or the surface area of the ball exposed to the surroundings? Meaning, what area can you see? What is visible when you see? Shreyashri, no, think again.
Ma'am, total surface area of sphere minus CSA of 200 hemispheric cone.
No, maybe when you use this formula, you will get the correct numerical answer, but the idea is incorrect.
Okay.
See, like when you use the values and find the answer, the numerical value may be right, but that idea, that fundamental idea is not right. Yes.
Hemisphere plus
Hemisphere, 200 into surface area of the hemisphere, meaning CSA of the hemisphere.
CSA.
Okay.
and plus 200 into area of the small circle minus the area of the sphere.
எதை ஃபர்ஸ்ட் போடணும்? ஃபர்ஸ்ட் எது போடணும்? ஏன்னா சப்ட்ராக்ட் ஆட் பண்ணிச்சு எனி ஆர்டர் நீங்க சொல்லலாம். சப்ட்ராக்ட் பண்ணிச்சு எது ஃபர்ஸ்ட் வரும்? Maybe you can write and read it correctly for me. You're kind of right and wrong. So you just write it and tell me this. Yeah, Shreya, you want to say something? Think, yes.
That's area of the sphere minus the 200 into the area of the base
Area of the?
of each hemisphere.
What is the base?
X.
Circle.
That's 202 CSA.
Exactly. Very good. Correct. So if you have to paint this, how much area will you paint? That's what it is. So as she rightly said, first you have to find the TSA of the sphere, the total surface area of the sphere. But do you really have the full thing 4 pi r squared? No. The circles, the mouth of the hemisphere is a circle. That area is missing. See, when you find the TSA of the sphere, 4 pi r square, it should be clean everywhere, meaning it should be smooth all over. There is area all over 4 pi r square. But here you see, since you have the hemispherical depressions, the circular portions are open. There is no material there. The 200 circles are open, right? The ball is not smooth all over. There is no material on the circular portion. There is no material. So it is 4 pi r square minus, because 4 pi r square includes the area of the circles. So 4 pi r square minus the area of 200 circles. Where are the circles? The mouth of each hemisphere is a circle. The mouth of each hemisphere is a circle. So 4 pi r square minus, because 4 pi r square includes the area of the circles, which is not there. So 4 pi r square minus 200 into pi r square plus 200 into CAC of each hemisphere. Subtract what is not there, add what is there. In 4 pi r square, what is not there? The 200 circles are not there. But when you use the formula 4 pi r square, you're including that. You have included everything. So from 4 pi r square, take out whatever, meaning 4 pi r square includes something, but that's not there. Remove that. So 4 pi r square minus 200 into pi r square. But there is something else. The depressions created by the, the depressions, the hemispherical depressions are there. So add that plus 200 into CSA of each hemisphere. So if you have to paint, if you have to paint, don't paint the hemispherical depressions. Don't paint that. See, between the hemispherical depressions, there is some area, no? Can you see? Between the hemispherical depressions, there is some area. See here. Between the, see this one, this area, all this area is between, this area is between the hemispherical depressions. That is what is 4 pi r square minus 200 into pi r square. That area, all this area on the top, we are not on the top, see here, all this area on the top of the ball. Between the between the hemispherical depressions. See, like when you in a circle, in a square, when you draw a circle, you can see these portions, right? Similarly, between the hemispherical depressions, you have some portion here, no? That is what we are finding using 4 pi r square minus 200 into pi r square. Okay. Then there is something else. There is more area created because of the depression. There is more area created because of the depression. The depression actually creates more area. 1 minute. Creates more area. So you should add that. Plus 200 into CAC of hemisphere. 1 minute. Listen to this. I'm coming to you, Shreyas. Now see here, this is a cylinder, okay? This is a cylinder. This is cylinder. Now, if you make a, on the top of the cylinder, if you make a hemispherical cavity, on the top, what is the area? What is the CSA of the hemisphere? 2 pi r square. But what is the area of the circle on the top? Pi r square. So actually the area increases. What is the the total surface area of a cylinder? 2 pi RH plus pi r square plus pi r square. Is this right? The total surface area of a cylinder, a cylinder like this, 2 pi RH plus pi r square, correct? Now, if you make a hemispherical cavity on one end, of the cylinder, then the total surface area will be 2 pi RH, which is a CSA, plus the area of the bottom circle, which is pi r square. And on the top, what do you have? You have a hemispherical cavity whose area is 2 pi r square, because CSA plus 2 pi r square. So actually, when you're making the hemispherical depression, area increases. You can see that 2 pi RH plus pi r square plus pi r square becomes 2 pi RH plus pi r square plus 2 pi r square. Area increases. Yes, Reyes.
That is related to that we are taking the circular part of the display. How is it related to that space between the
What is your idea? What do you think is the answer? Hmm. How many of you are convinced with this? No problem. 1 minute. Priyasha and Shriyashri.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, Priyasha, tell me the expression to find the area exposed to the surroundings. I'm saying it is 4 pi r square minus 200 into pi r square plus 200 into 2 pi r square. From the total surface area of the sphere, 4 pi r square, you must subtract the area of 200 circles, which is not there. And you must add the new area created, 200 into CAC of the hemisphere, which is 2 pi r square. So plus, so this will be plus 400 pi r square minus 200 pi r square. So it will be 4 pi r square minus 200 pi r square plus 400 pi r square. So net it is 4 pi r square plus 200 pi r square. Priyasha and Shreyashri, if you don't understand, you'll have to stay back. Yes, you may leave your father's waiting. It's time also. You got the idea right because you told it yourself. Yes. Now Shreyas, tell me. No, 1 minute. What is, if the ball was smooth, then what is the area? 4 pi r square. But it isn't smooth, right? There are 200 circles on the top, which does not have any material. Yes or no? There are 200 circles on the top, which do not have any material. But when you find 4 pi r square, you've calculated the area as if there is material all over. Is that part okay? When we find 4 pi r square, we are finding the area as if, yes, as if that material is present all over. But in reality, there are 200 circles. Because of the hemispheres, there are 200 circles. And on the circles, there is no material. So 400 minus the area of the 200 circles.
Isn't that circle from that hemisphere?
Yeah.
It's a combination of.
Yeah.
And it is what? If we are removing these, then the circle is hemispherical depression is there.
That we should add. That area is created extra. That area is created extra. See, from the surface, the surface area is 4 pi r square. In that, you do not have the area of 200 circles. So minus 200 into pi r square. Now more area is created because of the hemispherical depression. That extra area is the CH of the hemisphere. So we should add 200 into CH of each hemisphere. Since it's time, maybe we can do it again in the next class. So, so it's going to be the TAC of the ball, which is 4 pi r square. But what is missing? Minus 200 pi r square, which is missing. What is newly added or created into CAC of the hemisphere? That is, this is the answer. All right. All right, children. So that's it for today's session. Thank you. Good night.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Good night.
Thank you.
Good night. Varun Shabam.